Now, you guys remember anything called Enron? The Enron scandal, which I think ended or was finally fully exposed in 2001. Yet it couldn't be completely dealt with as far as prosecutions because they were still investigating some other companies, some other issues that tied right into Enron. I've mentioned this numerous times, and also mentioned the investigative material into that, along with other investigations into other things, were stored in World Trade Center building number 7, the 47-story building that a BBC news agency lady was saying live during 9/11 after the Twin Towers had already collapsed at around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, is reporting that building 7 has collapsed as well, blah blah blah. And behind her on the screen, or the window behind her, building 7 is still standing and has not or even looked like it was going to fall anyways. Who told her to say that? Where did she get that information from, and why would anybody think building 7 would fall straight down just like the World Trade Center Towers 1 and 2 did when it wasn't even hit by a plane? Where would that come from as a news agency to report that early? There's a whole bunch of other buildings there, and not one of them fell, except for the Twin Towers, of course. But they were hit by planes. They were hit by planes. Okay, all right, I'll give that to you. Those fell because of planes. How about building 7? Fell because of the National Institute for Standard and Technology's report stated it fell because one out of either 12 or 25, I forget, pillars gave way. One out of them, just one gave out, caused the entire building to fall straight down at free fall speed, meaning each floor below the floor above somehow fell first, so that the top floor above it would just fall straight down like they do in the demolitions, you know, at the casinos and stuff, the old casinos, which is physically impossible, scientifically impossible, by the way. Anyways, guess what information was stored inside of building 7? More of the Enron scandal still being investigated, as well as other things regarding the banking giants like JP Morgan, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, all the boys, you know, the club, the boys club. So this news story right now, as of today, regulatory agency in the energy market is looking into JP Morgan because it believes, has reason to believe, they've been manipulating the energy markets. First, right, we have the LIBOR scandal. Not even first. First, we have the municipal bond scandal. JP Morgan manipulating the interest rates on the municipal bonds. Caught red-handed. Security Exchange Commission's on top of that because there's no other agency that can handle it. We'll settle out of court with you if you don't even admit guilt. Just give us a few $1 million, even though you made probably billions. Give us a few million, settle out of court, don't admit guilt, have a nice day. Oh, great. No problem. LIBOR scandal. JP Morgan's right in the mix too. Manipulating what? Interest rates across the world. Busted. You know, there's other things that I don't even remember right now that they've been caught doing, but we'll skip those because I can't remember them. And then now we have this energy scandal. Let's go ahead and read this. Federal regulators launch probe of JP Morgan's energy trading in California. Federal regulators intensifying an investigation into alleged manipulation of California's electrical... California again? I thought we learned after Enron. Well, no, you couldn't learn after Enron because JP Morgan didn't get to take the fall then because they covered up the evidence in 9/11. Osama bin Laden, thank you. Al-Qaeda, thank you guys, because you somehow made JP Morgan and friends able to skate through this because their investigative material were stored in the buildings you guys crashed planes into, including the third one you didn't crash a plane into, and destroyed the evidence. Well, that was just an accident slash bonus, slash coincidence. Osama bin Laden did it, and Al-Qaeda and the Taliban were behind him. Had our multi-billion-dollar defense system on standby for 2 hours while they flew planes around. Unabated. Have a nice day, fly around, crash into the Pentagon, no one's going to stop you. And again, I urge you right now to go look at the original photographs from all the news companies of 9/11 Pentagon and look at the size of that little teeny tiny hole before it collapsed, before the rest of it collapsed. And tell me if there's any plane that you know of that could have done that little teeny tiny hole. Not possible. Federal regulators intensifying an investigation into alleged manipulation of California against electric market on Thursday, threatened to suspend power trader JP Morgan Chase & Co.'s right to sell electricity in the state. So you're probably wondering, what do you mean their right to sell electricity in the state? What is that? Is like JP Morgan the electric company? No. No. It's something that's traded on Wall Street again. On Wall Street, and again it can be manipulated, and again the citizens pay the price, so JP Morgan and their traders and Wall Street can make money off of an electric bill you're paying, which does not actually reflect the cost of the real electricity. There's a little bonus fee in there because the market says electricity should cost more, so the electricity companies are going to charge more, because that's what today's market price says it should be. Is the SEC going to step in again for the 1,000th time? And we'll handle this, guys. JP Morgan, step right up. You want to settle out of court? No problem. You want to not have to admit guilt? No problem. Just pay a few $1 million. Okay. So the top level regulators at the SEC are former bankers themselves. That's a fact. The top commissioner of the CFTC, another regulatory for commodities agency, also former banker. I believe he was Goldman Sachs, Mr. Gary the Turd Burglar Gensler. We have Jill Sommers. I think she may have been from JP Morgan, or it might have also been Goldman Sachs. I don't remember. These are the commissioners. These are the top guys and gals. And they just so happen to work at the very big banks they are supposed to be regulating. Meanwhile, you stupid schmuck, peasant, taxpayer, citizen, consumer piece of crap, do not complain about your high energy prices. What's the matter with you? If prices are too high, go get a second job. If they're still too high, go get a third job. I used to work nights because blah, 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 blah. But isn't that why we're in America? Isn't that why this is called America? So you don't have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet? Only to find out that when you do and you suck it up, because I'm a good guy, let me use the right word, do the right thing. God, I love that word. Do the right thing, I'll go get 2 jobs to pay my bills. Man, my electricity prices are going up. What the hell's up with that? You call around, you ask the electric company, it's just the price it is. They don't know JP Morgan and other people are manipulating the price, just like they did in the Enron scandal, which wasn't even a real company. It was a shell fake company that caused massive spiking in energy prices. Some people got, the Patsy Fall Guy standard situation, but the big boys, the JP Morgans, gone, scot-free, walk. Why? Because your evidence just got destroyed in World Trade Center 7. And you're going to tell me most people believe that 9/11 was done by a guy in a cave with 19 hijackers, in which 15 or so of them alone were out of Saudi Arabia, pulled the most massive attack against the most powerful country on the face of the earth using box cutters and 2 airplanes. Or excuse me, technically 4, because one crashed and burned into Shanksville, even though there's no airplane parts in the ground anywhere, and there's a little tiny pit in the ground, and that pit was already in the ground as of 1994 satellite photos that I've actually verified myself. You can go look it up still. Right where that plane crashed, there's a little scar in the ground. to make it look like the wings and everything. No. Sorry, the scar was already there. Go look it up. So that plane doesn't count. Pentagon, that's a fourth plane. That doesn't count either because there's no way in hell the plane hit that. You can go look at the photos again. So that leaves 2 planes left. I'm not talking about warcraft planes. You know, jets, bombers, no. I'm talking about a civilian airliner. Yeah. Now you know why Homeland Security was created. Now you know why they've been subverting the Constitution. Now you know why the NDAA was passed last year. Now you know why Obama is out of control with his executive orders, including a very scary one from March 16th, 2012 that I did a video on, etc. Welcome to America. If you don't like it, there's always other countries you can go to.